New data has confirmed that Montana's state parks saw many more visitors this year. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian talked to Fish, Wildlife and Parks about what led to the increase.
Overall, Montana state parks have reported a 25% increase in visitation for the first half of the year, compared to the same time in 2019. Many of the most popular parks, like Helena's Spring Meadow Lake, are those close to larger cities.
So a lot of those parks that people are really getting out to on some of those nice spring days, they're easy to get to, and they're also looked at as places to safely recreate that time of year.
The state's most visited park was again Giant Springs in Great Falls, which saw nearly 200,000 visits between January and June. Spring Meadow had just under 80,000 visits, 29% higher than the first half of 2019. Fish, Wildlife and Parks says mild weather early in the year likely contributed to the jump in visitors, but they also say the COVID-19 pandemic may have been a factor.
We did have a lot of people that were new to the state park system, so I think that a lot of people wanting to get outside, experience something new, really attracted a whole new audience to the state park system.
Tim Gittens says he's not surprised visitation is up. He's come to Spring Meadow regularly with his granddaughter Emily over the last 2 years.
It seems very busy and a lot more people. Prior to this year, it was mostly elderly people like myself, usually with their grandkids or something, but this year a lot more young adults with children.
The overall increase in visitation came as several parks, like Bannock and Lewis and Clark Caverns, saw fewer visitors, partly due to COVID-related restrictions. Leaders say during the first half of the year, many of their visitors were locals, particularly during COVID restrictions. But they expect the numbers for the rest of 2020 will show a jump in out-of-state visitors as well. At Spring Meadow Lake, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Coming up next on the news at 5.